Hey honeys, what's up? Welcome back to my channel. So, welcome to my kitchen. Yes, we are in kind of a weird setting right now, but just bear with me, okay? So today's video, I decided to just come on here and kind of talk more about the Disney College program, since I was supposed to be taking part in about a week. I was supposed to be leaving. Yes, I know, very sad, but it obviously got canceled with everything going on. So I just wanted to kind of come on here, talk to you guys more about that, because I do have a video on my channel just kind of talking about how I was feeling as soon as the program got canceled, and just kind of give you some other updates of my life and what I'm planning on doing now that I won't be going to Disney. So without further ado, let's just get into it. So as I mentioned, I was supposed to be taking part in the Disney College program for Spring Advantage. I was supposed to be leaving in about a week. My check-in date was for May 26th. And yeah, I was supposed to be there until January. It was supposed to be the best time of my life. But you know, obviously, sometimes things don't happen the way that we thought they were going to, or the way that we wanted them to. And you know, we're not in control. So at the end of the day, I think it's important for me to remember that, especially because I'm someone who likes to be in control. I have to really constantly remind myself that sometimes we're just not in control. There's nothing we can do about the situation that's going on right now, and I can't make that any different than what it is. So that's that. I'm obviously not going to take part in the Disney College program right now, so it just is what it is. But I do want to also put out there that I am planning on going to Florida still. So I mentioned this in my last video, and I want to reiterate that here. I am still planning on moving to Florida at some point. I don't think it's going to be a forever type of thing for me, but definitely for a little bit. It's an experience that I've wanted to do for a very long time, and I still plan on doing it, but just when the time is right. Obviously, this just wasn't my time to go, and I've mentioned this in other videos before. I'm a firm believer in divine timing, and this clearly just wasn't my time. So I also want to make it known that I am aware of the situation that's going on in the world and the significance and the intensity of it. I'm not going to sit here and act like me not being able to take part in the Disney College program is, you know, just as bad or worse than anything else going on in the world. And I really want to make that known, because I've had some people reach out saying that since I was upset about the situation and not being able to go, that it is childish and that there's other more important things going on in the world, and that I need to get my priorities in check and all of these things. Please let it be known, I am 100% completely aware of that, okay? But as I mentioned in the last video, pain is relative, and I am saddened by this and I am hurt by this. And of course that was, you know, a month plus ago that we found out we weren't getting to go anymore. So yeah, I've calmed down. I'm not as freshly hurt anymore because the wound isn't new anymore, but it still does hurt. You know, this was my goal, this was my dream, and it was what was supposed to happen, and it got taken away from me. And I don't think that there's anything wrong with me being upset by that. But I do also completely understand the significance of our world's events right now. So please just don't think that me or anyone else, now I can't speak for everyone, because some people might, you know, say that this is the worst thing that they've ever gone through and all of that, and for some people it very well may be the worst thing that they've ever gone through. But you know, some people may not have the same view as me on the situation, so I can't speak for everyone. But I think for most of the people that got their Disney College program taken away from them, I can confidently say that we are still very aware of the impact that this situation is having on our world, and we understand the severity of that, but we're still allowed to be upset. So like I said, I definitely do still plan on going to Florida. It's just really a matter of when, because honestly, who knows when we'll be able to really do much of anything that we're used to doing at this point. I mean, going into 2 months of being in this situation, being out of work and not really being able to like do anything. I'm in New Jersey, so masks are mandatory. We're just starting to kind of reopen things, but not even in the same way that a lot of other places are. Like I know Disney is opening Disney Springs. I can't even think anymore. My brain is just gone. City Walk is reopening. Restaurants and all of that are reopening at like limited capacity, all that kind of stuff. So I'm not sure exactly when New Jersey is going to be at that place, but we are starting to slowly reopen other things or lifting some other restrictions, like our beaches are reopening and all of that kind of stuff. So they're all little, you know, baby steps towards the grand goal of getting our life back to normal, whatever normal is going to look like once we are in that situation. I don't know if we'll ever actually be normal again, but whatever normal is, that's where we're working towards getting to. I also want to say a big thank you just to all of our frontline workers, all of our essential workers, all of our healthcare professionals. Thank you all so much for risking your lives every single day. I seriously can't thank you guys all enough. And I mentioned this in my last video talking about the college program, but Chandler is considered an essential worker. He does work at a bank, so he has been working 3 days a week. And you know, even him just having to go into work 3 days a week, it's not nearly as bad as some people's experiences right now with still having to go to work, but it's still something. He's still putting himself at risk. And for anyone that has to even put themselves slightly at risk, I am so thankful for you. Seriously, thank you guys so much for doing what you do, because I was lucky enough where I don't have to go into work, and I know that it kind of goes both ways. A lot of people still feel very blessed that they have a job. I personally, just get very scared about things like this. I get very paranoid. So if I had to still go into work every day, I would be, my mental health already is not the best right now. So if I still had to go into work every day, I really don't know how I would be dealing with that or handling it. So yeah, that's that. I feel blessed that I was able to take a break from the world and be in my house, even though I'm going a little bit crazy. I do feel lucky that that was my situation, because like I said, if I did still have to go to work, I'm not sure how my mental health would be handling that. And I also feel extremely blessed that I had no issues with unemployment. So thank you, Lord, because I've heard just some complete horror stories about people dealing with unemployment and not being able to get their money, not having access to their funds. And it's just so heartbreaking. And you know, I have bills to pay as well. So I can't even imagine if I was let go from my job and then didn't have a way to get any income. It is heartbreaking, and I pray for everyone who is in that situation, and I just pray for all of us and our whole world that we can get through this and come out of it stronger than ever before. As far as my job goes though, it's kind of crazy because, you know, my original plan was to go to Disney, and obviously that's not happening. So my job is still there. Thankfully, my boss is kind enough to keep me on, and whenever things do open back up and whenever things get somewhat back to normal, I hope that we all have a job to get back to. I work at a kid's birthday party place at the front desk. I'm a manager, so I book the birthday parties and check people out at the register and all that kind of stuff. But that is the type of place that I feel like is going to be the last thing to open once our state starts opening things up at a more steady, you know, a more steady pace. So I don't know. I don't know if my job is going to, you know, be in any sort of normal position anytime soon. I don't see it not opening back up, but I definitely don't know when it's going to open, because it's crazy. You know, the situation is crazy, and a kid's birthday party place is not necessarily the type of place you can social distance. With non-essential stores and restaurants, yeah, you can let people in at small capacities and stuff, but with a kid's birthday party, you can't necessarily keep kids from social distancing in that sense. So yeah, I don't know when it's gonna open back up, but it's just so much to think about. I mean, other than just kind of still thinking about my job and figuring out when I'm going to be going to Florida, if it's going to be maybe at the end of this year, next year, I don't know. I've just been really praying so much. I have a whole video about that on my channel, so I'll link that down in the description box below, just about how I've been keeping my faith during all of this. And honestly, that's just been my saving grace throughout this entire experience. My relationship with God and my faith has been keeping me calm. And I use that word lightly because, like I mentioned a little while ago, my mental health has kind of been really bad right now, but having my relationship with God, it's just been helping in more ways than I can even possibly explain or understand. And I'm so blessed and so grateful for that, because without that, I don't know how I would be doing. I don't know how I would be dealing with this, because I do have anxiety and I, do suffer from mental illnesses in that sense. So without having God in my life, I don't really know how I would even be as calm as I am. I've also just been taking some drives, me and Chandler, just to go for rides every now and then, just to get out of the house, just around local neighborhoods or just little places we've never really seen. We obviously don't get out of the car and go into places, first of all because places aren't open, second of all because I'm not going into people's houses or anything. So if we do get out of the car, it's just to stretch, because we literally take hour-long drives, like hours plural, 3 or 4 hour drives. But they've been super relaxing and comforting, so I'm so thankful that he is willing to do that, because that is something else that has really just been keeping my mind occupied. And I encourage you to find something that keeps your mind busy, especially if you suffer from a mental illness like I do with anxiety. I definitely recommend finding whatever it is that kind of makes you happy and keeps you occupied, because in a time like this, we all need something like that. I've also been doing trivia 2 nights a week. So I've been doing it with my family, and then we've been doing it with one of our friends. And that has been so much fun. It has just really given us something to look forward to, and just something fun and a way to see each other, because I'm a huge family person. My family is very close, so it's been really hard for us not to be able to see our families, and it is just a way for us to all connect and stay in touch. So that has been such a blessing in disguise, and I'm so thankful that we have the ability of technology and all of that, because without the internet and cell phones and all of that kind of stuff, there wouldn't be many other ways for us to connect face to face. We are practicing social distancing and stuff, so we've been doing drive-bys, like I said, of driving by our family's houses and talking from a very far distance. But, besides writing letters, there's no other way for us to communicate if we didn't have technology. So I'm very thankful for that, because we're able to just call up our family members or friends, or FaceTime, go on Zoom, through the internet, we're able to connect on social media and stuff. So honestly, I feel so thankful for that, because that has just been so nice and such a beautiful way to stay in touch with our loved ones. Overall, I just wanted to make this video just to kind of give you guys an update and to let you know kind of where I'm at, especially since I made that video about the Disney College program not happening anymore. Obviously, we don't even know when Disney's going to reopen, and even when it does, I don't see it getting back to its normal state really anytime soon. I could be totally wrong. I don't know anything, but just seeing the way the states are reopening and stuff, I just think that even when Disney does reopen, it's going to be very different from the experience that we're used to. But overall, with that, I just am very excited to get back. Even if I have to wear a mask and gloves and goggles, I don't even care. I just want to get back to Disney so bad. But I also feel like it's going to take me a while to get into a comfortable position to enter a theme park like that, which is also kind of a blessing for me, because I feel like if I was still called down to go to Disney and the world was still as crazy as it is right now, I don't really know how I would feel about having to work at a theme park, even if we do like a soft reopening and there's only limited capacity and all of that, it definitely makes me nervous knowing that I would still have to be around that many people. So I don't even know when I'm gonna feel comfortable enough to go into a theme park, when they even open, but I am excited for that to happen and just to get back to going to the places that make me happy, doing the things that make me happy. I cannot wait because Disney is truly my happy place. It's my favorite place on earth, and that's why I am still so set on going to Florida and working for the mouse, because it is my dream and I know that one day I will accomplish that. I also look at it as a positive because I was supposed to be quick service food and beverage, which, as I've mentioned a million times, I was really honestly excited about that role. I think it would be a great role for me, but it's not my dream role, and I would be happy doing literally anything working for Disney. But if I can go down there with my dream role as either attractions, character attendant, or character performer, it would just be the ultimate dream come true, getting to work at my dream job in my dream role. It would be more amazing than I can even truly verbalize. So I think that everything does happen for a reason, and even if I get put back into food and beverage when my time comes to reapply for Disney, I will be content with that. But maybe this was just another way for me to take some time off, figure out more about myself, build my relationship even closer with God, because honestly, if there's one thing that I've learned over this, it is my relationship with God and how strong it is. It has gotten so strong over this, and I never realized just how close my relationship with God is and just how heavily I rely on my faith. So I'm so thankful that this experience has opened my eyes in that aspect. And like I said, maybe I will be able to reapply for Disney soon, fingers crossed, and maybe get my dream job, or, you know, just some type of dream role like that. It would just be so amazing. So that is pretty much it. That is my life update and my new fresh take on the Disney College program being canceled. I am still saddened that I'm not getting my opportunity, and I feel sad for all of the people who aren't getting their opportunity as well, especially for the people that made even more major life decisions than me, because people quit their jobs and weren't able to get them back. People moved to Florida a month early because they were supposed to be working for Disney, and now they're in Florida with no family, friends, no job, nothing like that. You know, people made these massive life decisions and then the program got canceled. So I feel sorry for all of those people, but like I've said a million times, I truly do believe that everything does happen for a reason, and when all of our times come to work at Disney, I know that it is going to be better than anything any of us could ever have even imagined. So thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please know that I am praying for you. If you guys have any stories that you're going through, any prayer requests, leave them in the comments down below. I'd love to keep you all in my intentions, and I will see you all in the next one. Bye!